Hey Emmerdale fans, welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into 10 huge spoilers for the week of October 7th, 11. Get ready for some shocking twists as Tom slips up while trying to dispose of crucial evidence that could land him in hot water at court. Meanwhile, Billy's big secret is about to be revealed as he turns to Mac for support, and Kim is considering giving Will another chance. You won't want to miss these exciting moments. If you love Emmerdale and want to stay updated with all the latest spoilers and news, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Now, let's jump into our full guide to the 10 big moments coming up next week. 1. Tom makes a new plan. Tom's tablet is currently with Isaac, but he needs to get it back to erase some damaging photos that Belle could use against him in court. When Tom finds a moment alone with Isaac, he learns where the spare key is hidden so he can sneak into Butler's farm to retrieve the tablet himself. However, once he sneaks in, he has to quickly hide when Matty unexpectedly walks in. 2. Belle starts to fear the worst. Belle asks Moira if she has remembered anything about a mysterious voicemail message that she'd left for her, relating to her ongoing battle with Tom. Moira had seen incriminating images on the tablet computer, but later forgot about it following a seizure. Belle is dismayed when Moira still doesn't recall anything about it. Her sense of unease grows when Tom boasts that he's certain to win when they face off in court. 3. Tom makes a mistake. Tom is convinced he's got the house to himself at Jimmy and Nicola's, and he decides it's the perfect time to get rid of any incriminating evidence on his tablet. He's already feeling the heat from Belle, and the last thing he needs is her using those photos against him in court. With a wild look in his eyes, he grabs the tablet and starts smashing it, hoping to wipe out any trace of his wrongdoing. It's a desperate move, but in his mind it's a necessary one to protect himself. Little does Tom know, Carl is lurking nearby, watching every chaotic moment unfold. As Tom recklessly destroys the tablet, Carl can't help but wonder if he's just made a huge mistake. Tom's frantic actions might not only draw attention to his guilt, but could also put him in deeper trouble than he realizes. The tension is building, and with someone like Carl witnessing this meltdown, it's clear that Tom's reckless behavior could have serious consequences. 4. Amelia and the Dingles remain at odds. Amelia is feeling the strain of recent tensions with the Dingles, so she comes up with a thoughtful gesture to help mend fences. She decides to give Sam a heartfelt photograph of Esther, hoping he can pass it on to Samson while he's in prison. This small act isn't just about sharing a picture. It's her way of showing that she cares and wants to keep the family connected, even when things feel a bit rocky. She knows how important family ties are, especially during tough times, and this gesture could mean a lot to Samson. However, Amelia can't shake her worries about Tom, and she's determined to convince Lydia that her views on him are misguided. She believes there's more to Tom than what Lydia sees and wants to share her perspective on him. It's a delicate subject because Lydia is clearly protective and has her own reasons for feeling the way she does. As they talk, the tension in the air is palpable, with Amelia wanting to bridge the gap while Lydia stands firm in her beliefs about Tom's character. The conversation gets heated as Lydia tries to lay out her concerns, painting a picture of Tom that Amelia struggles to accept. It's a tough battle of wills, with Amelia holding on to her hope that Tom can change, while Lydia insists on the dangers of ignoring red flags. The two women are at a crossroads, and this disagreement could either lead to a deeper understanding or drive a wedge between them. As they navigate this tricky topic, the stakes feel high, and both Amelia and Lydia have to confront their feelings about loyalty, love, and the risks involved in trusting someone like Tom. 5. Billy's secret is revealed. Billy asks Mac to help him find a cheap car to buy, but Mac is suspicious over how Billy can afford it when he's barely working while Evan is unwell. With Evan due to return home from the hospital for the first time in weeks, Dawn is later annoyed when Billy goes AWOL on such an important day. The reasons become clear when a desperate Billy turns up on Mac's doorstep, battered and bruised. He refuses to go to the hospital as he fears that it would spark unwanted questions, so Mac and John are forced to step in and treat him instead. Billy admits that he has been taking part in unlicensed boxing matches to bring in some much-needed cash for his family. Will he ever tell Dawn what he's doing? 6. Nicola and Laurel fall out over Arthur. Laurel is still reeling from the shocking news about Arthur and John. It's hard for her to wrap her head around the idea that her son has been lying about something so serious. As she tries to talk to Arthur and make sense of the situation, she's met with confusion and resistance. It's a tough moment for any parent, feeling helpless as their child shuts down instead of opening up. Just when she thinks she might get through to him, it feels like they're only drifting further apart. That's when Nicola steps in, hoping to help resolve the tension. With her usual warmth, she tries to coax Arthur into admitting the truth about what really happened. After some back and forth, she finally manages to get him to open up, which seems like a small victory. However, things take an unexpected turn when Nicola also tries to encourage a reconciliation between Arthur and Laurel. Her good intentions backfire, though, as Laurel perceives her efforts as meddling. Instead of healing the rift, it only adds fuel to the fire, leaving both women feeling frustrated and misunderstood. Just when it seemed like there might be a glimmer of hope for them to work through their issues, Laurel's outburst sends them crashing back to square one. Her accusations towards Nicola create a new layer of tension, making it hard for Arthur to find his footing. What started as an attempt to mend things now feels like it's spiraling out of control. With emotions running high and misunderstandings piling up, the path to reconciliation seems more daunting than ever. Laurel's frustration with the situation only adds to the complexity, leaving everyone involved unsure of how to move forward. 7. Will tries to make amends. Will can't shake off the guilt that's been gnawing at him ever since he pushed Jimmy to sell his shares in the haulage business. Wanting to mend fences, he invites Jimmy over to Home Farm, hoping to lighten the mood with a few drinks. He's adamant about keeping the night free of any business discussions, wanting to focus on their friendship instead. This gesture feels important to Will, as he knows he crossed a line and wants to show Jimmy that their bond means more to him than any business deal. As the evening unfolds, Jimmy genuinely enjoys his time with Will, relishing the chance to catch up and unwind. They share laughs and reminisce about old times, reminding each other of the strong friendship they've built over the years. However, just when things seem to be going perfectly, Kim steps in, interrupting their moment. She's clearly annoyed, pointing out the mess in the living room, and her complaints cast a shadow over the light-hearted atmosphere. This sudden shift from camaraderie to irritation not only dampens the mood, but also puts Will in an awkward position, forcing him to navigate the tensions in his home while trying to salvage the evening with Jimmy. 8. Kim and Will's feud gets worse. Kim is all dressed up and excited for her date with Peter, her financial advisor. She's been looking forward to this outing, hoping to find a spark with someone new. Meanwhile, Jimmy can't help but notice the tension in the air between Kim and Will. Their strained relationship is palpable, and it only seems to intensify as Kim enjoys the chance to get under Will's skin. She's clearly relishing this moment, feeling a sense of empowerment as she shows off her new connection to someone who's not tied to their past. As the night progresses, the playful banter between Kim and Peter turns a bit cruel, as they both seem to take pleasure in poking fun at Will's expense. It's a situation that becomes increasingly uncomfortable, pushing Will's buttons further and further. Finally, in a moment of frustration, Will can't hold back any longer. In a fit of rage, he lashes out and punches Peter, sending him crashing to the floor. This explosive moment not only escalates the tension in the room, but also highlights how deeply the emotional wounds run, showing that despite Kim's attempts to move on, the past isn't as easily left behind. 9. Kim starts to have second thoughts. Kim spends some time mulling over recent events. When Lydia approaches to check on her, Kim admits that making Will suffer hasn't been as enjoyable as she'd expected. Lydia speculates that Kim and Will still love each other, but when Kerry sees Will in a low mood, will she unwittingly cause problems for Kim's plans to make amends? 10. Charles ends things with Laurel. Jai continues to struggle with Laurel's decision to move on from their marriage. He starts a row with Charles in the village, while Manpreet also has some harsh words for Charles when she witnesses the argument. Later, Charles tells Laurel about his clash with Jai, and leaves her disappointed by insisting that it's time for them to go their separate ways again. Wow, what a roller coaster of emotions we have to look forward to next week on Emmerdale. From Tom's desperate antics to Billy's shocking secret, it looks like the drama is heating up more than ever. Which spoiler has you the most excited? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep up with all the latest Emmerdale gossip and spoilers, make sure to give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. We're here to keep you in the loop with everything happening in the Dales. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for more juicy updates. Until then, stay safe and keep those tissues handy because we know Emmerdale never holds back on the feels.